Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Yeah.
Welcome to Massenomics, the world's strongest podcast. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Massenomics. Make sure you go visit Massenomics.com. There you'll find the rest of our powerful content. While you're there, check out our store and buy yourself some of that sweet Massenomics gear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Massenomics podcast. I am joined by Tommy to my left.
What up?
And to my right is Tanner.
Hi.
Hey,
I was listening to some podcasts this week, and I remembered. I was like, oh, I forgot that you should be professional and introduce people. Like when you have guests,
that's a nice thing to
they
do.
They almost like, I think when we have guests on, we just start talking to them and kind of say who they are. But yeah,
even late night talk shows, the same people you watch every night, they still introduce them, and you can see them too.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, that's Tommy's face, and that's Tanner's face.
Hey.
And Tanner's stonewalling us here. We're going to start, just to get the thing moving along, we're going to start with just a little bit of action we got from Instagram here. We have some Q&A.
Like
from
DM action or?
People sliding into the official Massenomics DMs here. If you do have some questions you would like us to answer in the future, go ahead and slide into the DMs of @Massenomics on Instagram. Stay out of my DMs. That's reserved strictly for bear requests.
Yeah, it's gonna get totally lost in there.
Tommy's is only for hair requests.
Yep.
Big Jake, he asks, which current super heavyweight powerlifter would you sumo wrestle if you were forced to? And I want to start with Tanner because I know he's given a lot of thought to this already.
Yeah, and I'll give our list. You know, when I did that power lifter auction thing, I'll give you. It'll give us kind of the list of the top few super heavyweight lifters here. Let me get to that. I know one of them is going to be Dan Bell, a friend of the podcast, Dan Bell, Andre Milanichev, Ray Williams, J.P. Price, Josh Morris, Chad Smith, or Blaine Sumner. So it's who you would want, who you would choose. So you have to
Morris and Milanichev, I think, wouldn't be good sports about it, nor would they be very gentle. I feel like
I don't
would
think
get
any of them
hurt.
would be gentle, though. Do you?
You know what I think? I think Ray Williams would have a good time with it.
Oh, yeah, but in the way
I don't think Ray Williams would try to kill me. I think Milanichev would actually try to hurt you. That's where
they're all really big.
It's just
all some large dudes.
Ray Williams is also one of the heaviest on the list too.
Yeah.
So that part scares me a little bit.
Yeah,
because if he falls on me, like
I could be wrong.
Trouble.
Is Ray Williams the cuddliest of the bunch, though? All right, that list. Who's the best cuddler?
When you say that list, to me, he seems like the most happy and smiley.
What Chad Smith is?
Oh yeah, he is too. He's kind of got that teddy bear status.
So who's all right?
Or Blaine a little bit.
I don't know,
but he can go.
Who's the least cuddly out of the group? Andre Milanichev,
probably,
or Dan.
I don't know. Dan's
he would actually probably be giggling the most the whole time.
Dan is probably surprisingly cuddly.
Yeah. He'd be like, "Okay, here we go.
Here we go again. Listen, I got a menu for you here. Cuddling is extra."
Josh Morris might be the heaviest, though. He might be heavier than Ray Williams. He's really big.
He probably is.
Also, this doesn't have anything to do with trying to win. It is, would you sumo wrestle if you were forced to?
Yeah.
And I'm not forced into sumo wrestling matches with the intent of winning.
Yeah. Maybe you want to pick someone that has a respectable level of hygiene.
That's a good point.
That is all right.
That rules out this list of guys.
Ray's usually has a pretty clean cut when you see him.
I guess Ray has some of the top hygiene on that list. That's my guess.
You know, I've already met. We know Dan. You know, we've gotten to meet Chad Wesley Smith. We've got to meet Blaine Sumner. We've gotten to meet Ray Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I would pick Andrei Milanichev just to get to
Just
hang
to
out
say
with
you
him
hung out
and just be like, well, yeah, Andrei Milanichev kicked my ass.
It'd be the good icebreaker.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is how we met.
That's
true.
my choice.
That's your angle?
Yeah, that's my choice. And why is Andrei Milanichev?
I think I would sumo wrestle Ray Williams just because I think he wouldn't try to
be
hurt
fun.
me on
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
He'd be like, listen, dude, I'll get this over with quick.
Yeah, he'd handle it quickly, but like then he wouldn't like be excessive about it.
Yeah, I feel like Milanichev might try to hit you.
He has
after
some
it's
crazy
over.
Russian secret that he's gonna throw on you.
Tommy, what's your?
I think I got to go with Ray too. I think Ray or Chad would be the two best to go with there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good question, Big Jake. I want to know what Big Jake would choose.
Yeah.
Next,
There's really no winning.
next we have Raise the Bar. That's our boy out of Ireland, right?
I think so.
Raise the bar
That's
to
what
IRL,
yep,
I'm pretty sure.
I think that is who that is.
If Ed Cohn was a tractor, what tractor would he be? I'm gonna go with whatever the shortest tractor is.
well,
Tanner, you're kind of a tractor guy again.
Luckily,
so
I know
this-
a little bit about tractors.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it in the realm of antique John Deere tractors.
Okay. Something we all
so
can
you
relate
just,
to.
so you just called him old.
Yeah. I hadn't even thought about it, but it fits really well for that reason.
Yeah.
So these would be tractors out of like the 40s to 60s. And he would be what you would call a Wheatland tractor, which would be very short and stout with very wide tires and a powerful tractor. So
This sounds fitting.
it would be, I would say, either a Model D John Deere tractor or a Model R John Deere tractor is what Ed Cohen would be. And I assume that's not what he was the kind of answer he was looking for.
Is this what we're talking about here?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or
Yep,
is that
very
an
similar
old-
to that. That's not a John Deere, but yeah, that's like an international. But yeah, that's what a D or an R would look like.
I don't know if this is going to turn out at
Yeah.
all, but we'll take a stab at it.
Don't you think he would kind of be that kind of tractor?
Yeah, that tractor looks
yeah,
like it
that
can
seems
deadlift.
pretty fitting.
Yeah.
Also looks like it has a thick neck.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like a thick tractor.
Just like solid steel.
yeah,
and-
yeah. Because there's kind of taller, thinner
Have
tractors.
you guys been following the Ed Cohn and the stuff on Instagram with
Where they do the face swap
Yes.
type thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Matt
Is that
Wenning
Matt
and-
Wenning?
yeah.
that has been all right. You guys need to. I'm gonna get this set up down here so I can pull this up on the screen here. That is like the funniest shit that I've seen in a long time. And I just don't know if our connection's gonna work here.
Can you also pull up that one guy deadlifting that we were talking about?
Oh yeah, all right. We're gonna do that. I got to get the hotspot rolling. So
Have
I think I know what you're talking about with the insanely long arms and odd body proportions.
so I messaged.
that you're
I'm-
not sure if it's real or
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, I messaged you guys like, is this a real thing?
It is unusual.
I wonder how much he can bench.
I don't think very much.
I would
I
guess
thought
not.
because I went and dug through some videos and it's not very much, but in powerlifting, when your total so heavily depends on a deadlift, it's like
Yeah.
it almost doesn't matter that
No, it
much
almost doesn't at all.
because you can be transcendently good at that and be kind of not good at it. I mean, I think the guy's actually pretty decent at all of his lifts, but
Yeah.
it's just you're starting to see that more and more. It's like these insanely good deadlifters, and it carries them quite a ways.
I want to know what that guy's name is too.
I follow him. But I don't.
I think I do
follow
too,
too
but I
many
don't-
people, so I'm having a hard time finding him.
Is he American, foreign? Like I don't even know where he's from.
I'm not sure.
The place that I saw it from, and I had to scroll back quite a bit, was that funning.tv, and that's how I found him and followed him. But I don't know offhand what the guy's name is.
I think I might be able to find it. I remember a page that I've seen it on also.
Well, I know it's still in. You guys sent it to me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everyone listening is probably like, "Wow, these guys are really on the
What a
spot today."
fucking
But
sweet professional show this is. Their slow ass internet
just
in the basement.
just hang with us for a minute here because it is.
It's worth it because you'll want to.
Here, I got it right here.
Out.
Fun. Oh,
That's it.
it's Dalton Lacoe is the guy's name, and at 53 kg lifter.
Oh, that's it. He's got that locked down, huh?
Yep,
53.
53 kg lifter.
So he's not real heavy, is he?
No, and he is a USAPL guy.
All right, we're getting it here.
There he is.
And this isn't a knock on the guy by any means.
No,
I'm
it's
sure
just,
he's a super nice guy. He just has a body type that is just bananas for deadlifting.
It's like finding like most people in that situation be like, well, I'm probably not the right size to do any sports, but this guy found something that works.
Damn
for
it,
him,
am I going to be able to? Someone that he probably wasn't into lifting, and someone that like really is into lifting saw him, and they're like
you have
oh my
to.
God, have you ever tried deadlifting before?
I had someone the other day try to explain to me that they thought they had pretty good deadlifting leverages, and I was like, well, there's a lot of things at play, but just hold your arms down by your side, and their arms went to like literally like their hip crease. I'm like, it's like listen. It doesn't mean you can't be good or can't get better.
Yeah,
but like, I want to find that one, but I suppose any one of these is gonna look.
Any deadlift video with this guy is going to be
not necessarily the one where
he's got a truck for
Ranger.
sale. If anyone's interested in a Ford Ranger. All right, so I don't remember what type of range I had to have on this. Tanner, do you remember?
That's probably works. I'm guessing you can probably be fairly close.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
But for our people not watching right now, this guy, 53 kilos is his thing. So I would imagine he weighs around 110-ish.
Yeah, and he's doing 525 here on the deadlift.
Yeah,
sumo. And this guy, no lie, has the arms of his arms are probably longer than any of us.
I think
they're probably Tyler's arms.
His arms are as long as his legs. Like I'm
Yeah.
certain, like there. So like, and he's pulling sumo, and his arms are still like at or below his knees at the lockout.
Yeah, and this isn't with like an insanely wide sumo stance, but yeah, his hands are touching his kneecaps here.
So, like, does he have a relatively short torso?
Yes, I think his torso is maybe 10 inches long.
Yeah, and then
from hips to up.
yeah,
But that's pretty cool.
Like, fully not making fun of this guy, but like he probably has some sort of like he was born.
Yeah,
with
I'm sure
some
he
sort
has
of
some sort of
difference.
birth defect.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not like. But then, so I remember I looked.
look at that Miller Lite thingy. I like that.
Miller Lite on an egg. Not the best Miller Lite egg, but it has
We
become.
should send him a shirt.
Yeah, actually, I think we should.
I'm gonna
That's-
message him.
That is kind of funny
Yeah.
with this picture.
Yeah.
Responding with this picture.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
I would love for that guy to.
We'll send him a shirt for sure. But so it was funny though, because you think that like, this, like his are like so much of an outlier. How long his arms are, but then Kyler Woolham.
yeah.
So the video, you always know he's got long arms, but this most recent video he posted of him deadlifting conventional.
Yeah.
I swear, it actually stretches his arms out.
I think it does, which makes sense. Maybe 800 pounds.
He's conventional and is like just clearing the kneecaps.
yeah.
And he says,
Yes. My
"Yes,
arms are long.
my arms are long."
That is just. It doesn't look.
It
Looks like a bad Photoshop project. How long his arms are.
Like he looks just like a little bit less of what that other guy looks like proportionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not. I mean, he looks along those lines.
But for any of us to be in that same starting position,
oh,
like we would have to be pulling off of like 4 or 5 inch
Yeah,
blocks
yeah.
easy because his arms are so long.
I just to finish at that point on my knees would be tremendous.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, it doesn't even have to like smash my balls.
Yeah, and that's.
Like, look at how far away it is from his balls.
I mean, we don't know exactly how far away it is from his balls.
But even if
might
you just
have-
put him at average
Might
ball
have,
length.
He might have like some really long balls.
That's.
I mean,
you know
everything
what
else
they
is
say about
pretty long.
people with long arms? Really long,
really long
balls.
balls.
Not necessarily large around, but just a very long sack.
Yeah.
A lot of tissue.
Also, he wears his Massenomics hat when he deadlifts a lot. His lift hat.
That's
Except he's always wearing it backwards.
Yeah, that's a little secret that most people don't know. Is that,
That hat
he
he's
is a
always rocking.
closet Massenomics fan.
Unfortunately, it is a secret that most people do not know.
And when we say most people don't know, there's only 3 that do know.
We are the only 3 and him that know. We're glad he likes the hat though.
Did you see that first video he watched? What his other point was there that he
This one?
apparently left this gym. No, that one at the top. That first one we watched.
When he's in like the garage.
Yeah,
also.
that he said he quit lifting at this other gym. It sounded like, and he's gonna be
Did he indicate why he quit going there?
more privacy, more focus, more Kaler time, no drama.
Yeah, you start being a world record and everyone wants a piece.
Probably, yeah. So, to some,
I know
there probably was some bothering.
I know that feeling, man. I know.
Tyler, that's
Every
kind
time
of
I
the
go,
reason
every
you had to
time
start
I-
a CrossFit gym,
Every time I go to Massenomics, people are like, Tyler, let me break me off a piece of that. And I'm like,
Yep.
listen, guys. I gotta
I'm
get
on a
back to my
whole
bread
nother
and
level.
butter. I got to get breathing hard. But, oh, no, we didn't even get to what we got into. So it was the Ed Cohn, Matt Wenning Photoshop battle. Oh, fuck. I fucked it up. So I don't even know where this started. Do you know who started it?
I'm not sure which one of the two.
It started with
I like the one of the different races of it.
yeah, I know. I want to go back to try to find a few of them, but they keep boy, are they good, these two. I don't know. I'm assuming they're just like turning Photoshop experts loose. We'll just go back to the one of the many races. But I think that's the only one Ed shared. But this is
I like Ed as Asian.
Asian Ed is very interesting. Black Ed. It's like whoever did this, is this an app or something that you buy, or is this like
I
straight
don't
up?
know. It
Because
seems
this is
pretty
so good.
damn good for an app.
Like that
That's-
black guy one is pretty crazy.
It actually looks like if Ed Cohen was black.
Yeah,
Same
like
thing
that
with
could
the
be a
Mexican
guy
one.
that
Like
just-
that.
yeah.
That looks like a Mexican person.
Is that the top left is just a normal one?
Yeah,
I
but
think
it almost
so.
looks a little weird just looking at it. Right?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then the the Matt Wenning, he posts a lot of.
Yeah, I was
videos
gonna
up.
say he posts a lot.
I don't know
So
how far I want to crawl before I find the ones he had, but yeah, this has been pretty good. They keep going back and forth and back and forth. So follow Real Matt Wenning or at Eddie Cohn on Instagram. You'll get in the loop. Did I just see a Massenomics logo? Oh, damn. Damn it.
MW.
I was like, my man's onto us. But, yeah, so that's going to be, this one right here. Yeah. You versus the girl he told you not to worry about. And I'm guessing it's the same Photoshop skills that brought us black Ed Cohn, brought us fat female Ed Cohn, which is really unsettling.
It is.
But it's some quality Photoshop work. I know Tommy's not even that good. He couldn't even get my nipples out of that picture.
Well,
But that
I would
was-
also make an argument that that's
I'd
more
like to see
challenging than a
this person
face.
try and do that.
Yeah.
Send him that picture and be like, "Can you just soften these nipples out of the shirt?" What did we have next on the old?
Raise the Bar
IG?
hit us with another question. I hadn't noticed this one. He said, "If Mark Rippetoe was a dog, what dog would he be?" He's into these questions of like,
We gotta think.
if someone was a something, what would they?
If I had to guess, I'm gonna go with the correct. It's a trick question,
I've got an answer in my mind.
and that is if Mark Rippetoe actually was a dog, he'd be a cat. Because Mark Rippetoe does not fucking love you. He doesn't like you. He doesn't care about your feelings or care whether you're happy or sad. Mark Rippetoe just does what Mark Rippetoe does and doesn't really care about your feelings at all.
That's true.
He's a cat.
I
That's
guess
the
I like
answer.
that answer. Yeah, I'll go with that too.
Yeah, but I think you got that one.
Yeah.
Or
Tyler.
a really mean dog.
He-
That'd be the other one.
He has a podcast too, and it's kind of the same way where he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't give a crap if anyone's listening or not. And
I've heard him on a couple other podcasts, and he does not care if like he's not even nice to the hosts of the podcast.
No.
He's like mean
if someone
to him.
asks him something
He will
that
tell them
Oh,
outright on the show. I remember he basically was like, "That's a fucking stupid question."
Yeah.
like like flat out was
yeah.
like, "That's dumb. What do you know anything?" Like just blast and it's like you're on this show, and then if you step back, you're like, you're probably in this dude's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I listened to all of his episodes of his podcast.
I like him. He's
because
you definitely have to be like. I would feel like I was because I'm so stupid. I would feel like I had to walk on.
he makes
eggshells around
everyone
him.
feel, but he does that to everyone.
Yeah.
Like even in his own seminars when they do podcast Q&A at the seminars and people ask questions and he like makes them feel stupid in front of the whole group, like the people
Everyone
that are
that
paying
paid.
to do the seminar. All right, next question.
What do we got?
This is from Hedgehog_2. Big Kendall, he said, how serious is too serious?
Ooh.
That's going to be relative to the situation, right?
It's really a question for Shane, but Shane's not here, so
we just have to
do our best.
Think what would be going through his mind right now.
Honestly, what we think most, it's actually probably the most common thought around here is what would Shane do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up there.
I would say, I don't know, we're going to have to go situationally, right? So how serious is too serious when you're, say, just doing average sets, average day in the gym? What level of seriousness is too much?
Anything over half?
I think 50% seriousness is a little much. I don't have to really be too dialed in to do most of what I do.
Yeah.
Like, only in maybe like the top 10% most intense moments in my training do I even get too serious. And anything more than that, I feel like a level that too high a seriousness is pretty douchey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think if Shane was like just walking down the street of Gotham City and he ran into the Joker? What would the Joker say to him?
I feel like it has something to do with being serious. I can't.
I feel like he's gonna say, "What level of seriousness
is appropriate?
is appropriate?"
And for anyone that's interested in more seriousness, we have a whole episode dedicated to this topic.
Yeah.
Seriousness. It's pretty
The
serious.
seriousness episode.
So how serious is too serious? Any level of seriousness which makes people think you're being a dick.
That's too serious.
That's too serious, right?
That's a good rule of thumb.
That guy who's being so serious at the gym where like nobody wants to be there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's too serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Tanner.
Why so serious?
Tanner's always so serious at the gym. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
A lot of seriousness.
No dick jokes, guys. It's time to get serious.
No, Big Brad said, Big Brad Neitzel 88 on Instagram said, when are you having the guest from episode 72 out to visit and talk about bracing deadlifts, Rick and Morty, and drink some beer? Asking for a friend.
We probably should do that.
We should.
I think Big Brad would come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
But so the question is when?
The question is when. Brad, you know my number.
Like
Hit
a
me
time
up.
and place.
Hit me up. We'll schedule it.
I
Well,
would
the
say
where would
like
be here.
just spitballing, December 12th, like 3 p.m. if that works for you, Brad.
That's a
Or
fucking
even,
Tuesday.
a year from now is always, we'll probably have us a lot of time to plan.
Yeah, I mean, I can't just go drinking beer all willy nilly.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Well, there's probably
I've
in
got
a month or
very
so
strict nutritional
some type of
program.
Massenomics party coming up. He could probably come that weekend and get a lift in, and
That'd be a good
he
idea.
technically
That would
did
be.
contribute to the success. So
When
it's-
are we doing? Is that coming up again?
That's November.
Oh no shit.
Yep.
Have you got?
No, we're still trying to lock down a place because our
A venue to
our
hold this many people?
Our last year's venue isn't an option, so
I really wish I owned maybe like a 6,000 square foot CrossFit gym or something that we could set up with on a Saturday
I
night.
never thought of that.
yeah.
How comfortable are you with the whole place smelling like beer the next day?
It's like every day in that place.
It
It actually did really smell like beer.
Yeah.
oh
We spilled
the next
so much
morning
beer in that place.
I've never been in a place that stank like beer so much when I went to.
It's
clean
actually
that
a
up,
really
but-
good thing that place had a lot of hard tile.
Yeah. Yes, it smelled like horrible. Like, and when you're hungover, like that's stale
That's
beer.
the
isn't it?
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I've never come across so many 1/3 full cans
Oh,
of
yeah.
beer in my life. I was like, my God, no one here finished a beer. Everyone just drank 2/3
And we
of
didn't
one.
have a keg.
Oh.
So they were like wasting their own beer. Really.
Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, there was probably like 7 cases worth of, if you would have compiled all the 1/3 cans of beer.
We don't like warm beer.
No.
Bunch of divas. So yeah, Big Brad, we should do that sometime. Really, anytime, just hit us up. That would be a sweet little adventure, though. That would be the weekend to do it.
Yeah.
So if that ends up working out, we're probably not going to party cast again, though. I don't think that's a good idea.
That is a lot of work.
Probably best for
It's
everyone.
also a
really.
lot of it's also a lot of work to set up and tear down, and also I feel like if we're going to really party, I maybe don't want to record it and
Yeah.
put it on the internet again.
Yeah. Once was enough.
Once was enough. We've done that. We're much older and mature now.
That was the last question, and we did not get a good quality Apple Podcast review this week. So
What the hell?
So we're fucking canceling this show.
yep, if we don't get one.
Our ratings are way down, people, and this could implode on us at any moment.
Actually, ratings are higher than they've ever been. Actually,
Yeah. No, the things aren't looking good, Tyler. We're gonna have to pack it up and call it quits.
if I learned anything from this last election, is you just have to say it and it will be true.
But no, for real, they're not down.
They're not down. No, they're way up. They're way up. We're making so much money, it's ridiculous. Actually, we are way further. It's funny. There's a few podcasts that we've kind of seen come and go. Did you guys notice too the TIFPL?
Oh yeah,
ladies?
yeah.
Like,
I did want to ask you about that.
yeah, they're like done. Are they not even doing the Instagram thing anymore?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
It still is active though.
Yeah.
But it just says this isn't an active account. Like that's like in their description.
Yeah.
But they did. I noticed they didn't just go ahead and like
They didn't delete it,
their
yeah.
14,000.
Which
like
is
their-
smart.
You
Yeah.
might want to hang on to that
Yeah.
because you could legitimately just sell that to someone and I'll
Yeah.
turn it into selling shoelaces.
Well, that's. I
Those
wondered if
15,000
I wondered
people.
if they're maybe that's all strategic.
What do you mean?
Like
They're
if
gonna
you
just
say
vacate the account for a while
Yeah,
and then-
you say we're going away, and then you get a bunch of people like, oh, we really liked that account, and
Yeah.
like build up like excitement about it, and then
I know
2
they
months
had, I
later.
know they
you-
had for sure kind of packed in the podcast for sure because I think
well, I
think
don't
they
think
were
they've
having
had
a
an
hard
episode of that
time.
out
Not since
for-
like April.
Yeah.
So I think they're having a tough time getting that consistent.
Tyler, do you feel like you're pretty responsible for their demise?
No.
Oh,
I hope not. They were nice people. But it is interesting. You guys go through like we talked about this before. How like podcasting, like making it to episode 20 is kind of a big fucking deal because so many people don't get that far.
yeah.
I'll look for podcasts on like a subject, almost any subject, just when I'm bored, and I'll go through and find some that had like 4 episodes. And last episode was in like 2014, and there is like way more of those than there are active podcasts for sure.
Now the idea of like if we sat down in a room and just said let's pick a topic and create 20 episodes, that seems so easy to do now. Or at least 10.
Yeah,
Like 10 episodes of content is hardly scratching the surface of content on a subject.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. But yet we don't do any preparation whatsoever.
That's true.
Okay, if we had to record 10 back-to-back episodes.
10. So we had to sit down and we had 10 hours, and we were going to chip away.
I think we could come up with
We
several
probably
subjects.
could, yeah, we probably still could even.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Like it's actually the getting like doing the
It's probably more the scheduling, getting it to work for everybody,
yes,
and then
like-
the
like
logistics
doing
of
the logistics
Like
of
adults having
yeah.
to do things.
yeah, and then like editing audio and then getting the audio to Tanner so we can couple it to the video and then get it, like that's actually way more time consuming than what we do.
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And harder.
Yeah.
Like even the times
And
when-
less fun.
Yeah, even the times when we come in and we're like, I don't know what we're going to talk about today. We'll hash out like, I don't know, let's do 3 things and get moving, and it just seems to move. But I think a lot of people, yeah, I don't know. We never got to that point even early on though, where we were like, let's shut it down. We're having a hard time. It's been 25
Right.
episodes.
I bet for a lot of people though it is like the I don't know.
Scheduling?
Well, and like just getting it done after that, like editing the audio and editing the
Yeah.
video
Yeah.
and like getting everything posted and stuff, like that all takes a little bit of time.
And if it's just one person, it's kind of a lot for one person.
Yeah.
Also,
If you're
I think you could, and I also think you could half-ass it too, more
Yeah.
than we did. Like you could have, like I mean, this is an expensive setup, but you could have like a cheaper setup. You could have a one-man podcast with a guest or whatever. You don't have to have an hour long. You don't have to do video. You also don't even technically have to publish it to a website, because I know some places will just publish it to SoundCloud now, and then that's what they'll link their deal. So you could literally simply upload from here MP3 right to SoundCloud, and then it'll post on iTunes and everything that way. But but we go through and there's image and description, and it all goes through the website first and then
Right.
into Facebook. So it just takes some time to do it. I think
yeah.
I think that's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, we've got all these followers so far. We
Yeah,
must be
all
doing something right.
70 or 80,000 of you listening right now.
We're doing something right.
But I'm trying to remember but like if you even look up like I don't even like strength sports or anything like that, you get past I don't know, maybe 20 of them. And it's just dead podcast after dead podcast after dead podcast. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know if you Google almost anything about best strength podcasts or
there's a good resource that may come up.
there's number one Google search. It's a really good resource for you. Yeah, if you Google like, definitely if you Google like anything about list or top,
anything about anything
will be there.
Let's see.
You do best strength training podcast, best lifting podcast. I think best weightlifting.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, like I only Googled strength podcast, and the only thing in front of our list is brute strength trainings podcast. Other than that, it's our article.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're pretty much the best.
How's that for hacking Google to do what you want with it?
I think, is that why
We've cracked the code of Google.
Yeah.
Is that why we're so independently wealthy right now?
That's a big part of the reason. It's hard to pinpoint it to just one of the really good things that we've done.
Tommy's classic good looks is probably the other half.
Oh, crap. Can we start over? I had my right earphone in my left ear.
I also think that's still you're the only setup that has two earphones that will work. Really? If you plug them in, I think you'll hear both ears.
Mine
right?
work.
I don't hear two ears. Do you, Tommy? Tommy.
Yeah, I think no, I don't know.
I only have the one.
Oh no, my right one works a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. So we went with did we even talk about this? We went with the earbuds.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that.
So you can see how attractive we aren't.
Just to be that much more personal.
Is it easier with your hair?
Yeah. I mean, it's like this is just an everyday thing now.
Yeah.
It is what it is at this point.
It is less hot. Like even when it's cold out, having
yeah.
over-ear headphones on your ears sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweaty ears.
And I always kind of felt bad when we'd have guests. So Julian is actually the last guest that had headphones on, and Julian's wearing like my son's $10 headphones.
Super sweaty.
And we're outside, and it's like fucking 90 degrees in the sun. And I had a set on, but whatever, I'm there to suffer. And Richard had earbuds in, and I was like, wait a minute, why can't we just do that?
Well, you really don't have to actually.
I mean, you don't
have to, but however, so there's a podcast I listen to sometimes called Flow Elite puts on called Scale is Neat. It's kind of a CrossFit / basically Game of Thrones podcast most days, but they went for a little while. They had headphones on, and then I think for the sake of video, they took them off and just had a sound guy kind of there. But what happens when you don't have this in is you drift away a lot, and you don't realize cognizant of your own audio levels, and it goes to shit pretty fast.
Someone has to be watching that.
There was like 3 episodes they had that were like almost unlistenable after that point. So put your goddamn headphones in, Tanner.
Have you seen on Netflix that show? Have we talked about it on here? Not the kid that spray paints all the penises on the cars in the parking lot.
I have not seen this.
Oh, you don't know about this?
No.
It's almost like a spoof of what's the Manitowoc County?
Making a Murderer.
It's like a spoof of that, and like what's the of Serial, like that stuff all kind of rolled into one.
Like spoof, like it's like a scary movie type spoof.
No. It's like a documentary following a crime.
But I mean, like, is the whole thing scripted?
Yeah, it's scripted.
So
it's not like it's not like scary movie, like blatantly.
So there wasn't like actual.
No, it's fake.
And actual cops
it's fake, but it's not like over the top. Like it's like they took this scenario of a kid in high school so he snuck out of class, and so it's the school's AV class. Like 2 of the kids, like they decide there's this crime that happened where 29 of the teachers' cars in the teacher parking lot got spray painted with dicks on them, and the
hold on before you go further. What's the name of it? Do you know?
American something. I can't remember now.
I'll look it up and iron it out while you go on.
Yeah, and like the security footage like was cut down from that exact period of time, so you can't see who did it, and like so they have this suspect who quite regularly is known for like drawing dicks on the marker board in school and like being a real dick in class and all this stuff, and it's like them like following out this elaborate timeline, just like on Serial. You know how she's like going through
like
and
every
like
minute of the day,
and they're interviewing teachers and going through all this stuff, and Tyler, I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Tyler, you're all about this stuff.
So
Like,
excited
I'd be
to
surprised
watch this.
if you don't watch this.
I'm
like,
watching
tonight.
this tonight.
Have you found the?
It's called American Vandal.
Yeah.
Also, just in case you're wondering, based on my interests, Netflix says it is a 97% match.
Yeah. It's I don't know where they get that 3% actually.
That's probably, honestly, stuff my kids watch.
Yeah.
But it is, a high school is rocked by an act of vandalism, but the top suspect pleads innocence and finds an ally in a filmmaker. A satirical true crime mystery. Episode 1, Hard Facts. When senior class clown Dylan Maxwell is expelled for vandalism, sophomore Peter Maldonado begins an investigation that questions his guilt. Episode 2, A Limp Alibi. 3, Nailed. 4, Growing Suspicion. 5,
That's all
Premature
penis
Theories. 6, Gag Order. 7, Climax. 8, Cleanup. And that's just tremendous. And even the picture looks like the cover looks like the
the making of murder.
Yeah.
one.
And they like, go into all these interviews with the other high school students
Go
and
ahead and add that to my list.
about like different hookups and like hand jobs and just all these details that they go into to try and
kind of don't really have to do with the story.
it's like tests of his honesty or like whether people are truthful or not, and it's
That's the classic thing about all those shows. Is like
Yeah.
the scope of them always tends to blow up a little
Right.
more than what it needs to.
it's like is this relevant?
it's like I just feel like we're almost invading people's privacy at this point.
So you'll enjoy that. I've only made it like 3 episodes in. I think
I am
but,
gonna binge watch that.
yeah.
Like I binge watched Game of Thrones the other week. Fletch, do not hit that camera. Thank you.
good
One
listener.
checkup in.
Just comes in, smells all our
Yeah,
balls, and
usually
heads on out.
He usually comes in once an episode.
It actually is getting that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am stoked. I can't. Has that been out for a while?
I think it's relatively new.
I'd
I'm not
never heard
sure.
of it. I feel like people I hang around with typically pick up on those things. So
Yeah, Ryan, you'll have to tip
he the one
Ryan
that
off
told you
about.
about it?
Ross told me about it. Ross has been watching it, but I've been watching Vice Principals. I don't know if anyone's ever seen
I
that.
have not.
but
I heard you talking about that
that's
too.
another.
Is that a good one?
I really like Vice Principals. It's. I mean, you've seen Eastbound and Down.
Yep.
It's basically it has nothing to do like there's no. This show is not related to that show.
There's no crossover.
But
There's Danny
there's
McBride
there's an exact crossover because he's the same.
He's the same person.
Yeah, it's like he
It's like
can't
Danny
play a role
McBride
that's
is
not
always
that.
Kenny Powers.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really funny. The guy that plays the other main role, I'm not sure that actor's names, but he's also very funny in there too. And Vice Principals is really good.
That's HBO.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, it's not TV. It's HBO.
You done here, dog?
But good show.
All right. So the other day, I was trying to, with my work schedule, I have to kind of get naps in the afternoon, or else it becomes like 18 hours of work and
Of
no
awakeness.
sleep. So, I go upstairs and I try to nap like in bed like a person because I can't nap on the couch. So I was like, I nap like I'm going to sleep. And Fletch will usually climb up in bed and lay down and nap with me. Well, he always puts his head on by my feet. And he's a big disgusting dog who breathes loud, kind of like me. And so I hear, like 4 different times, I hear this sound of what I think is him breathing, him going, but it's not. It's the most awful air leaving his ass. And it smelled so bad that on like the 3rd or 4th one, though, again, I'm in and out, and I hear it, and I never think anything out. The 3rd or 4th one, not only did I hear it, but I felt it on my fucking face. The fucking air. And if I don't find a way to weaponize that, I think we're doing
Missing
world
an
peace a
opportunity,
disservice.
yeah.
It's like the nuclear threat. You don't even have to use it. You just have to threaten it.
Yeah. They just have to know that it's there.
But dogs' farts don't normally make noise because they don't push them out.
Because they don't have anyone to impress.
Yeah, like if you just didn't try to fart, your farts would probably just kind of be like.
Well, what's the point though?
But yeah, like the whole reason they make cool noises because we're like, check this out, and you put a little pressure behind it. Otherwise, it just kind of leaks out of you.
Yeah.
Brace your whole body for it.
Farts can be really fun.
I think farts
Can be.
are-
Oh, they're always
Yeah.
really fun.
universally fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least for male. The
Women
male
farts are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
By the way. I don't want to preach any sort of double standard here, but women farts are fucking awful. And I get legitimately mad at my wife when she farts.
Well, that's just not cool.
No.
Like,
and
they
like,
shouldn't-
and she's and mine are fucking smell so bad so often.
Those seem like they'd be hilarious.
But
to
they're
me.
funny, right? They're funny. But if my wife fucking farts, I will lose my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
And I get like actually mad about it, where I've like stood up and I've been like, "Don't you ever fucking do that again? We're in the goddamn kitchen. Our food is in here. I am making food."
Yeah.
And like,
I think
Isn't there a whole South Park episode about that?
it
was a few years back, but I thought like the boys fart and they think it's so funny, and then one of the girls do it,
No,
and
they
they
started
like freak.
queefing.
Oh,
yeah.
And that is different.
yeah, that's what it
I'm
was.
no doctor, but I think
That-
that's a different thing.
yeah. Comes out of somewhere else.
Fletcher.
My son like instinctively knew that farts were funny before like I ever even taught him that farts were funny.
I think you're born knowing that farts are hilarious, and the day that you decide that farts aren't is the day you've died. That's what I think.
You've lost your will to
You've
live.
already lost it. That's too bad.
Sometimes in our small gym though, there'll be farts that
Just don't go away.
Can you get a couple guys on the same day that got some bad ones, and
Yeah.
the whole place it just gets like there's no escape. It
Yeah,
gets like a
there's really
whirlwind of people walking around like spreading the farts, you know.
It's like a hot tub and the water's gone bad, and
then
it's just stirring up.
And then you start to not be able to tell if it's your own or someone else's.
Yeah.
So then you don't know if it smells really bad to you or
Or
just.
if you're really on a roll.
You're not
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, you're
right.
not sure if you should be laughing or grossed out.
Why?
It's such a fine line.
How is that your own fart? You can recognize that the bad ones that they're.
It's.
But
I
you-
think
you
Fat
can-
Bastard said it, and everyone loves their own brand. You know.
that is a like. There's got to be science behind that, even though because
Let's find it.
you can even tell if it's really. Like you can tell, like, oh, that's gonna be a bad one, but to yourself, it's still just kind of like, oh, that is gonna be
Like
bad.
you might
kinda
just feel
laughable.
you might feel worse for the people around you, but you don't like it's
doesn't
not hurting
disgust
you at all.
worse. No. How is that?
That's
I
a
wonder
great
if that's
a
all,
great mystery.
I wonder if that's all mental, though. I mean, it is,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's just like,
We're about to find out.
And I also wonder what the line is for what is actually considered too much farting in a day. Because I've talked to some of my friends, and they said that they can go like a whole day and only fart a few times.
God, no.
Which blows my mind because I don't know if I'm ever awake for more than 30 minutes
Yeah.
before I'm already farting.
I think I've heard Mark Bell say this, but it is honest to God true for me. I don't always pee when I fart, but I always fart when I pee. And that is honestly like a 90-some% true statement, you know.
I can get behind those numbers.
Yeah, I don't always pee when I fart. Usually not, but I do always fart when I pee.
And then it makes me,
Sometimes you pee
and
with
then it
it.
makes me
Yeah,
wonder,
yeah.
like, maybe there's a food I'm eating that's just causing this distress, and I
Yeah.
don't know it, but that takes a lot of work to figure that
That's
out. So I'll
true.
just keep trudging down this path and never know. Tyler, how's the research department doing?
We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I went down one fucking Huffington Post. No information there. God damn it. We're getting there though, guys. We're gonna get you some real in-depth information here.
We do have a little news bulletin as we're
News
looking through that. As
bulletin.
a-
These
we-
are exciting.
Yeah, we do have article-wise coming out. We've got a little zero factual article, maybe just slightly humorous, Confessions of a Powerlifter. And it's going to be some different confessions that you might, if you could hear the inner monologue of what's going on in a powerlifter's mind. It's some little things that you might.
Do you throw
might be able
on
to hit.
"These Are My Confessions" by Usher while you're reading that article?
So here's one as just a teaser. The hardest part about spotting my friends is smelling them. Also relevant to what we're talking about right now.
It is.
Usually the hardest part about spotting my friends is we're not going to say what's hard about spotting people.
They're pecker. And then we have another article coming out, the review of the Rhinoflex band bell bar.
Yeah, which a lot of people probably don't even know what that is.
No, but you're about to know. Jim from Band Bell sent us one to try out and do a review on. And have you used it?
I actually do enjoy using it. I've used it several times now, and
For benching?
Yep. Yep, I've benched with it several times. I like it. It kind of gives you a different feel than just benching, just regular benching, you know?
Yep.
But it's not so radical as like the bamboo bar where it's like a completely different thing.
Mm-hmm. So you can still, like, you don't have to cut the weight in half necessarily.
Yeah, and it's still plate loadable, which is nice too. You know, you don't have to mess with getting the kettlebells out.
So that's the big difference. If you know what the band bell bar is, where you hang the bands over with kettlebells or some sort of hangable weights, the Rhino Flex bar is similar to that, only you don't hang it. You know, it's just got a collar that looks more like the sleeve of a regular barbell, and you can slide plates right on it. But it's still very lightweight and has some of that flex, but not. Maybe it does have as much flex, and it's just because you don't have the play of the.
It could be, yeah.
Guys, I'm having a hard time finding any fart information here.
Jeez.
I believe it is. So the best one that I've found is, one, you're used to it. How often you smell someone else's fart depends on your relationship to that person. My wife's farts fucking upset me.
I don't know if I'm.
I think it's how much you have their stank blown in your face is more what it.
However, you do smell one person's farts more often than anyone else's, your own.
But way more often. like 20 times more often than the next, most often.
And as with any offensive smell, you become accustomed to it over time. Spend 8 hours in an unclean toilet, and you won't find the smell bad anymore. Another reason for this is bacteria living within each person's body is as unique as a fingerprint. And you are subconsciously used to the smell.
See, it's like little snowflakes coming out of your butt.
Also, you're ready for it. You know that you're going to fart before you do so. Not always. While there are situations where anticipation
assuming a lot of control
is worse than the actual event itself, in most cases, anticipating something reduces the magnitude of your reaction. In contrast, you get no warning when someone else is about to fart. They're probably praying you won't notice.
The element of surprise.
Confirmation bias, unlike your own farts, of which you smell each one, you'll only notice a fart in public when it stinks. We had this other one here. There is reasons given in another video is preference. You're just more used to it. You prefer it. Evolution. The difference between a good smell like flowers and bad ones, farts, really nothing. There's just different smells. Reason you find some smells bad, your brain's evolved to react with disgust to smells of things which are major disease vectors like shit, vomit, and rotting carcasses. It's pretty scientific. The greater the risk of disease, the more offensive you'd find the smell. So farts transmit pathogens which are responsible for some diseases like scarlet fever. You've also evolved to perceive smells generated by your own body as less offensive in order to help you maintain your personal hygiene. Imagine if you found the smell of your poop as unbearable as that of someone else's. I don't know. Mine's still pretty gross.
Pretty unbearable.
It is gross, but you're not like, it doesn't, like, you know that it's gross when it's your own, but it doesn't literally like gross you out where you're like,
oh,
yeah. You know? I get mad if someone else's fart's gross.
Right.
And it's tough when you're with a bunch of dudes, because then you're like, listen, I know why you're laughing over there, but it's still fucking gross.
I don't know. That doesn't really. All those answers don't seem good enough to me.
Yeah, it doesn't do it.
I think honestly that my farts just smell better than everyone else's.
That's what everyone thinks then.
Hashtag fart champ. What about lifting? You guys ever accidentally fart shit mid-lift? Other than I think I accidentally fart shit every single time I squat or deadlift a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Is that normal?
That's what I'm like. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's just like every. Not even a joke, like just about every time.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Maybe not not enough to make a mess, but enough to where for some reason you're definitely not wearing those underwear for long after they head right to the wash machine.
Yep. At the very least, some farting.
For sure.
I always notice, not that I do a whole lot of leg pressing anymore, but the leg press was out for farts.
Because it stretches the squatty potty effect.
Yeah. If you had a fart in your... you might have had some farts in there that you had no idea about. You didn't.
Hiding away.
They were probably 3 hours away from coming out otherwise. But if you go on a leg press and go deep with it, they pop right out of there.
I have a theory on that. So I just got for my CrossFit. I'm the only CrossFit gym around with a leg press, I might add. Wow. I got our old high school's leg press. Mm-hmm. It's got to be 50 years old. Mm-hmm. It's great. But so I've been playing with it a lot because it's just kind of fun. And I don't care who you are, you will not get a leg pump squatting like you will with that.
Right,
With
right.
a leg press ever. It's pretty fun. It's the fucking tilt in elevation.
It just opens you up.
Well, the air is in your. Listen, I'm a doctor. Okay,
Dr. Effingstein.
The air in your intestines is going to flow to the top. It's obvious, right?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
like
'cause you're
if you
upside down.
blew bubbles in a, in there, so you're tipping up. So the top is now your anus, as Borat would say it. and so you're tipping back, you're shaking things up. You got that stretch reflex in the bottom, and it's just gonna.
And your
like-
butthole's really open.
Just always, just like opening a beer can, right out the top.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty scientific, Tyler.
yeah,
And you're absolutely correct.
I went to college twice. It doesn't explain why you don't fart more often with handstands, though.
Well, I don't think you're as open with handstands.
I'm not pushing as hard either. But I don't pee when I lift though.
No,
you
no.
ever pee?
No, I don't think I've ever peed even like a droplet forced by lifting.
I have noticed though, as you get older, do you notice that, I don't know if it's because I'm impatient or just incontinent, that you ever notice that you just like don't, like, God damn it, there's always 2 drops that like make it into your drawers when you get done taking a piss.
Like if you can't quite get shuck out of there until and then
like-
until they come in contact with your drawers,
You're
and
like,
then it really and then it's
"Oh."
like yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just because I should have waited another moment.
Uh-huh.
But at some point, how long can you stand there shaking it?
There's a rule like too long is considered playing with
I
it.
think
or-
Good Charlotte made the line famous, shake it 3 times, you're playing with yourself again.
Yeah.
So
Oh, speaking of shaking it, did you guys have a Garth Brooks night, Tanner?
Oh yeah, Professor Sean's.
Yeah. Did you guys tie one on and get crazy? Or
Yep.
what?
Yeah. Not like insane. I've gotten crazier at a Garth Brooks concert before.
You know what I
but-
didn't see out of you guys was 75 consecutive Garth Brooks Snapchats.
Well, did you see the very few select ones that I did?
this
send
is
you?
I did enjoy your
Yours were funny.
Yeah, that's the.
That was the point. But I did get. I don't know if you guys know this.
Well,
but
also, I kind of wanted to watch it.
yeah, yeah.
While I
Well,
was there.
but that's what your phone's for. You can watch it through your phone.
You can
know
watch
that,
it
right?
forever now.
It's HD right in front of your.
shitty sound
It's
quality.
HD in your hands. You don't have to look out there.
So Garth Brooks is basically, because I'm not a country music fan at all, but from what I can see, Garth Brooks is playing in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for like 8 consecutive weeks, right? And he's doing like 2 or 3 shows a night,
It's like tonight's his last show. I think it's 2
2 a
full
day.
weeks that he's
and like 2 shows a day on
for the
weekends.
weekends. Yeah.
And is that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or just Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Well, he played one show on the first Thursday, then Friday, Saturday he played 2 shows each. I think Sunday was just 1 show. So I think he played like 9 shows altogether is what it came
And
out
I'm
to
doing
be.
some rough math here, but Garth Brooks is making like $700 million a
Yeah,
week.
you have to
Yeah.
assume.
It's crazy. They're just like, he's just like churning people in and
Yeah.
out of these huge
Yeah.
stadiums double time.
Like insane amounts of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm curious what his net worth is actually, because I don't know also, but I think like album sales, he's up there with like the most all time of any genre.
yeah, because
Yeah.
he most of his career was done when you could make money selling.
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly. Like the 90s.
If he came out now,
Yeah,
he may not, like, he would make a quarter of the money.
right, right.
But yeah, that's fucking banana. But anyway, so on my Snapchat, because living in this area, what I've seen now for what feels like 2 months is just Garth
Nothing.
Brooks snaps. Like, if there's one, and I've done this at concerts before, actually. Like, I've been that guy.
Oh, everyone does.
Everyone's done it. But
You drink too much and you think like, like
you
it's
know,
always
you
like,
need to hear
God,
this part of this
it's like
song.
I'm pretty sure I only snapped for like maybe 8. I think I sent maybe 8 snaps last night. You're like, oh my God, that was the whole thing.
But do you know how boring snaps are of people, other
Concerts?
people at concerts?
Oh,
I
yeah.
go right through.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't matter who the concert is. It's
Yeah.
like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, I actually do the same thing when it's people's kids.
Yeah.
As soon as
Yeah.
it's your kid playing, done next,
Yeah.
next, like right through it. So, but what I've seen now is instead of it being mostly people's kids jamming up my Snapchat, it's fucking Garth Brooks, and the problem is it's the same Garth Brooks concert,
Yeah.
the same
Like 9
set
times in a
on
row.
the same venue, just from many different places,
Yeah.
happening in many different times.
You could see all the angles.
Oh, yeah,
you
like
could actually
every-
if you could save all
Yeah.
the Snapchats, you could piece together a full concert from multiple
Yeah, it's like you could be the
dimensions.
Tyler Stone, Garth Brooks Snapchat special. Or
I feel like I've been trapped in some sort of like Garth Brooks multiverse where I'm like, it's like Groundhog Day meets like interdimensional travel, and we're just like Garth Brooks again. Garth Brooks from this side, Garth Brooks here. Like every single possible Garth Brooks scenario on that stage has happened.
Yeah, I actually never really connected the dots that he was playing for 2 weeks. I kind of just assumed
It's 8.
There, well, or whatever it's been.
Feels
I
like
kind
Fargo,
of actually assumed like people
Minneapolis.
were
Yeah,
just.
there was, that's
Maybe there was. I don't know.
but it seems like it's been going
I
on
just
forever.
until now when you guys said this, I had just kind of assumed people were hanging on to this stuff and just posting it periodically over the weeks. It
rehash
just
of
never
footage.
clicked with my brain until right now that that's how long he's been going.
Like the night we went to the concert, he played a full 2.5 hour concert.
At like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
oh, they start that early?
Yeah, because it takes.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
our concert
but yeah,
starts at 7.
If you're gonna
he
put
doesn't
on
come
two
out
shows
until
though,
9:30.
if you're gonna put on 2 shows though, I suppose you have to.
Like
it
he
makes
did it
sense.
a while back at the Target Center a few years ago because I was there for
I went there. We went to that too.
a basketball game that was like maybe the day before or something like that. And I remember a guy I work with went to the concert. It was like 19,000 people moved into the thing, had a 3-hour concert, got out, got cleaned up. 19,000 more people waiting in line outside got moved in. Like that is a fucking mechanical hurting of people.
Yeah, and the fanaticism at a Garth Brooks concert
It's hard.
is pretty intense. Like, I've been to professional basketball games, professional football games, professional baseball games, and like heard some pretty loud cheering and stuff like that. But like when he gets the crowd, he like half of his concert is hit literally. I don't know how he does that many concerts because half of it is literally just him sprinting and jumping across the
How
stage
does he
and
go
like
so fast?
throwing things and like he's just covered in sweat. His shirt is always like completely sweat through.
How many wardrobe changes does he do?
He I don't think he did one in ours, but his shirt was literally like it was like a dark blue, and you
Part
could
of me
completely see it sweat
wanted
through.
to hear that it was like he's like a fat country Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
He had
just
like
constantly changing
40 new outfits.
He
and-
could, and like he would sweat through like 10 different shirts really easily. But like when he gets the place like yelling, like you know how like yelling one side versus the other, stuff like that, it's like legitimately deafening. Where you're like, whoa,
Like he is commanding these people and could get them to do
and
whatever
that was his
crimes he
gig.
wanted.
Even he's like, oh my god,
What have I done?
He's like the power I have with this finger, and he's like goes like that, and it's like insanity.
Like if he asked outright in that concert and he said, Garth Brooks was like, listen, I need somebody from section 7E
whatever
in
it
the upper
is,
deck.
it would happen.
I need you to jump off
I think
into the
someone would
deal.
do it.
You are going to make show history. One of you in that front row, just fucking do it.
I
and
think
I
it would
bet
happen.
you 80% of the people in that row would do it.
Oh yeah,
Be all jumping.
if he was like,
You'd have done it if he said Tanner Baird in section 16C.
I'd be like, I have to do this, and like,
Yeah, Garth, let's do this. You would just
I mean, if he has someone to kill for him right then and there, like you get the vibe that someone people
would do it.
Yeah, people are seriously going.
He's like the
insane.
David Koresh of country music. I don't even know if that's the right reference. Is that the cult leader guy?
Yeah.
gra-
If that's not his name, I know what you're saying.
I grabbed one. You guys got the idea.
though. Yeah.
But it was I would say even if you don't like country music,
I
and
think
even
he
if you
puts on
don't
a
like
pretty
his
good
even if
show.
you don't like his music, if you went to the live show,
Yeah.
you'd be like, well, fuck, this is fun. You know, like you'd
I also
be like,
think
I don't
that,
even
like,
care what he's
That
singing.
even though, like, because I don't
Yeah.
like country music at all, but I'm pretty sure that I would still probably know like 80%.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you
and
can't
that-
like live around here and not know
That's
that.
part of the thing about his concert is like every song he plays, and he constantly says, "You guys don't want to hear." I know when people go to concerts, none of you guys want to hear the new shit. You all want to hear me play my old shit, and
He
like
doesn't have new shit though, does he?
he does have
really?
like a new,
Oh.
yeah, he has like an album, but he even says it. He's like, no one's here to listen to me sing that, you know, like he's not really pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even people that hate country music, you'd go and be like, well, I'm kind of drunk, and this is
Yeah.
everyone's screaming.
I would be a
like-
little upset about the $7 beers.
yeah.
I mean, I'd have to mitigate that
Yes.
beforehand.
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. That's the trick to that
You have to
ever.
sneak booze in
Yeah.
your butt. Concert
like
tips.
a true gentleman.
Massenomics concert tips. Booze in the butt.
Yep.
But no, that's been what's been polluting my Snapchat
But
for
yeah,
a while.
concert Snapchats, never fun to watch. It doesn't
Never
matter.
fun to watch. Listen,
it doesn't matter if it's your favorite.
If you feel like snapping your kids or concerts or mostly any of the things that or anything with a filter on your face, go ahead and keep that to yourself.
But Coach Hot Dog.
Keep
R.I.P.
Shane, there was like something.
Yeah, or he's
Like it
eating
was
Coach
raining
hot
down
dogs to the
Coach hot
side.
dogs.
Is that a game?
I
don't know. That's a Snapchat rolling out.
I don't know what that was about.
Or my guess would be that Shane used Coach Hot Dogs so much
They sent
That he's
it
on like the
Snapchat,
VIP
sent him
pass.
some software.
Yeah.
They sent him like the new Coach Hot Dog PS4 virtual reality game.
Yeah.
Well, that's I think about got us to the end of our time today. Do we have anything else we got to put out there? Any big news?
Yeah, we'll save that most of that for next episode, though.
sounds
We've
good.
got some really big news next episode, but I don't know. We should probably
Not gonna
we'll
wanna
just
miss
wait.
that.
Yeah, that news.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, I thought about telling them now, but let's just
We'll wait till next week
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
definitely.
Let the suspense build, but I would say it's probably the single biggest announcement that you will have ever heard from us at Massenomics.
or anywhere.
Probably anywhere. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything
We'll
interesting.
just
at
say
the-
this goes all the way to the top.
to
So
the top.
think about
That's
that.
high.
Yeah. I mean, like, we're talking like to the owners of the company. To
Holy
the top.
fuck. Those guys are pretty, like,
Handsome
yeah.
and strong and important.
So leave us a review commenting what you think the news could be.
And just maybe
Five-star
that
review.
will be the news.
It could be part of it.
We don't think of what
What
else
else
we
really
can
think
by
of
then.
something to just plug into there. So, well, that'll do it for us today. Make sure you go to Massenomics.com. There you're going to find our store, buy shirts, hats, much like this Superfly hat Tanner's got on right now. Also, there you're going to find all of our articles, including some of our equipment reviews. That's what we have next. Will be the band bell one, or
Yep.
the was the Rhino. What's the
Rhino
official-
Flex
the
Band
Rhino
Bell
Flex
bar.
Band Bell
Yep.
bar.
Yep.
You'll find that there. Also, all of our old podcast episodes are archived there as well. Go to youtube.com/Massenomics. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Our videos from the Arnold are there. We did just repost again the video from kind of the Arnold wrap up, and that was
It always
I
makes
forgot
me
how
laugh.
hilarious that is. Yeah.
It is a fun one.
The total wrap up one is really funny. Hearing all
Yeah.
the guys like just a couple seconds from everyone.
I'm also worried every time I watch that. I was like, what if we only see those same people again? We're gonna
Yeah.
have to interview them all again. Like I'm not
yeah.
gonna not
Yeah.
interview Stan Efferding.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I could think of much worse things that could happen, Tyler.
That's true.
we
Except
need to,
I've got really good questions this time because I know that it's possible.
Yeah.
well, and we need some generic questions that we get to ask every single
Everybody.
one, so we can cut together a clip where we show us asking someone the
Also,
question, and then
my go-to when I see the
Yeah.
pictures of me with Stan Efferding is I want to just ask him, why don't my arms look like your arms?
or anyone's arms
Or
look
why
like
don't
that.
your arms look like anyone
Yeah.
else's arms? Dude's fucking arms are insulting.
Yes.
Also, go to Facebook. Make sure you like Massenomics on Facebook. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Right? That's
That's where those reviews
Oh,
belong.
we'll get into this. I got our big announcement next week, guys. I just remembered
Don't tell
how
them,
big
though.
it was. I'll tell you guys. You got to ask me right off air so you remember.
Okay.
Because it's that important. We're going to forget. But then we're down to just Instagram.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow us all on Instagram. I'm Tyler. You can find me at Tyler F. and Stone. That's Tyler EFFIN Stone. Tommy?
I am at Tomahawk_D.
What about the official business? Is that on there?
Ooh, that's also at Tomahawk_D.
Damn.
Keeping it personal.
All right, I like it.
The official Massenomics Instagram page at Massenomics, MASSENOMICS.
Do you guys remember from our very first episode? I don't know if you know this. When we went to sign out from our very first episode, I pronounced it Assonomics.
I do remember.
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
we're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be the running joke. Never
Go-
fucked it up since.
Go listen to episode 1 if you haven't.
I probably don't. Probably don't, right?
Yeah.
Maybe jump ahead a little
I could
bit.
be wrong, but like I feel like most people that do podcasts are like, don't listen to the older ones.
Yeah.
Definitely don't. We were figuring it out then.
Just go to the website and buy some stuff. Come on.
Yeah. Jesus. Mail us money. If you want to mail us money, email us at getbig@massenomics.com and we'll send you our addresses where money bags can be mailed. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you
You
next
just
week,
heard the
and stay
Massenomics
strong.
podcast. with your ears? You're welcome. Check us out on Facebook, find us on Instagram at Massenomics, and make sure you visit Massenomics.com and buy some of that sweet Massenomics gear. From your friends at Massenomics Studio, home of the world's strongest podcast, stay strong.